Hello my fellow fasting friends, it's Jackie, and today I am sharing with you another book that I read on fasting. I seriously feel like I'm in this tunnel of information scavenger hunt because I'm really enjoying learning about fasting. Ever since I read Fast, Feast, Repeat, I've really wanted to just learn more so that I am educated, so that I can share more with you guys, so that as I find opponents in my own life, I have like actual data to support the great way that I'm feeling, because feeling great is amazing, but that's not necessarily going to sell someone that what I'm doing is making me do great. I mean, there's a lot of things in this world that people say make them feel great that we can all agree are probably not the best choices. So I just like having data on hand so that I know. And I am definitely convinced, but I am on this quest to continue to learn more, which is how I ended up checking out the FastDiet. So my library is 100% shut down for in-person like checkouts right now, but they have curbside. So I was perusing what they have online. I got a few novels and I just put in intermittent fasting. I didn't really know what was out there, but this is the only book that they had. They don't carry Jen Stevens books, if you can believe it. But I checked this out and I've read it and I really love it. This is a book by Dr. Michael Mosley and Mimi Spencer. So together they wrote the book. I feel like most of it came from Dr. Mosley. Bottom line, I'd recommend reading the book. I'm actually going to purchase the book for my own personal library because I think as I make videos, as I continue to learn, I will continue referencing this book and eventually my checkout is going to expire. Dr. Mosley is from, honestly, I can't even for sure remember which country. I think England maybe, over in Europe, and he is the doctor that developed the 5-2 method of intermittent fasting, where you have 5 normal days of eating and then 2 days where you eat 500 calories for women or 600 calories for men. And he kind of documents his journey into developing that and then the science behind it, and I really felt it was a really interesting read. You can see I still have spots marked for notes. I have taken a lot of notes out of this. Not only do Dr. Mosley and Mimi Spencer go into the why and the importance of intermittent fasting and how they developed and how Dr. Mosley developed the 5-2 method, he also goes into food, and you can see it has diet in the title. His approach is more about helping you develop 500 calorie meals or 600 calorie meals for our males that really will sustain you on your down days. The reason he goes into calories and glycemic index and the all foods aren't created equal idea that this is better for you to eat than this, it's not to make you feel bad or feel like you can't eat those foods. He actually is a very large encourager of allowing yourself to eat the foods that you love, but he's trying to get you to understand that eating 500 calories this way is not going to give you as successful of a day as if you ate 500 calories of these foods that are low on the glycemic index and will stick with you longer and kind of helps you to see how you can stretch your 500 calories and really give you a fulfilling, hearty meal rather than, you know, a 500 calorie cupcake. At the start of this book, Dr. Mosley goes over how he was approached from the BBC on a documentary they wanted to make, and he was asked to be a guinea pig, and that whole journey, and he ended up releasing the documentary. It was called Eat Fast, Live Longer, and it aired during the Summer Olympics in 2012. And so that tells you this information is not new. This is an older book, but his journey to intermittent fasting started with someone asking if he would be interested in taking part in this documentary, and that got him started in fasting. Aside from strictly weight loss, Dr. Mosley goes into a lot of the science and research behind the anti-aging benefits that you can receive from intermittent fasting, how it can help prevent diseases, how it can help with inflammation, which then again helps prevent diseases and gives you lots of different health benefits. A lot of that stuff is discussed in this book. It's definitely a worthwhile read. One thing I really appreciate is I think Dr. Mosley definitely gives a lot of emphasis and encouragement on really embracing the freedom that intermittent fasting gives to your life. So he'll say, even if it's a fast day and you are having a really hard time for physical, medical, whatever reasons, stop it, eat, and do a different day as your fast day. Like, there's nothing holding you to. He used Mondays and Thursdays as example, and he really encourages flexibility and really taking advantage of that and adapting the 5-2 lifestyle as a way that meets you. I really did love reading all of the science and the information that he shared, the studies. I'm not going to adopt the 5-day, 2-day fast because I like having a daily eating window, and I like having most of my time fasted. I really have felt great, so I'm not gonna shake it up to do that, but I do really appreciate all the information that he shared. I've looked this up, and I actually meant to before I recorded the video, but I believe in Fast, Feast, Repeat, or Delay, Don't Deny. I know Jen has mentioned Dr. Mosley before. I believe she read this book, and maybe it was a catalyst of her journey, but I found this just because it was the only one my library had on intermittent fasting, and I definitely recommend it. I'm gonna see. This was published in February 2013. Wish I would have found it then, to be honest with you. So after Dr. Mosley goes through the research and the diet that he developed and how he got on that journey, he shares meals, recipes. I showed those pictures to you. He goes on to share meals and recipes, just kind of a sample. And then he moves on. He has menus. He goes on and he has a menu. Then he has a number of pages that have different foods and their calorie per serving size. It's not in the American units, it's in what the rest of the world uses. And then he obviously has testimonials and case studies where people share using the information that they found from his BBC documentary or his information on his website. There are a lot of people that share their personal experiences using the 5-2 diet. And I really feel like if you are interested in intermittent fasting, if you've read Fast, Feast, Repeat, or Delay, Don't Deny, and you're looking for more information to read, just like I was, check out your library, check out the Amazon link below, and check out the Fast Diet. It's definitely a worthwhile read. So this is my third book that I read on intermittent fasting. I have read Delay, Don't Deny, Fast, Feast, Repeat, now the Fast Diet. I do have the obesity code, but I'm struggling to get into that. It's not as easy of a read. It's very technical, and I just haven't breezed through it like I have the other ones, but I will read it. If you have more fasting books that I should check out, I'd love your recommendations in the comments. So speaking of the flexibility of fasting, if you're wondering how I handle holidays or special occasions, check out this video right here where I will share with you how I approach holidays and how flexible intermittent fasting can be to whatever you have going on in your life. Thank you so much for watching. Chow down and ciao.